Welcome inside the Dan Plouffe Field here at the Fitzgerald Stadium here in Rapid City, South Dakota, as we have a great matchup for you today. The Post-22 Hardhats take on the Sheridan Troopers. A beautiful day here this evening, sunny, a little bit of windy, but nothing too for baseball weather. The game before us, the Expos got the win, and it's been a great day here for baseball. Great baseball weather, back at it. First, we'll hit you here with some baseball scores, and we'll get back into them later on. For the MLB today, we have the Detroit Tigers defeating the Minnesota Twins of a score of 4-0. Moving on to the next game, the Philadelphia Phillies defeated the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1. The New York Yankees beat the San Francisco Giants 8-4. The Baltimore Orioles defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 5-4. The Oakland Athletics defeat the New York Mets 3-1. The Chicago White Sox beat the Boston Red Sox. The two Sox faced off against each other. White Sox prevail 3-2. Atlanta Braves defeat the Tampa Bay Rays 5-4. Marlins upset the Nationals 7-6. And the game's currently going on. The Guardians currently have a lead over the division rival, the Kansas City Royals, 2-1. That's currently top of the sixth. And then the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. That one middle of the fourth right now, 4-0 for the Reds. And then we have the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros, 2-0 Angels, top of the second. And then games for later tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers and the Arizona Diamondbacks at 6:10. And all for those Colorado Rockies fans taking on the San Diego Padres at 6:40. Cubs, Dodgers, 7:10. And a late one tonight, 7:40. It's the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners going on. And that is for the baseball scores here around. And back to the standings. A lot of games going on here in the MLB. The American League East, currently the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees both tied up at 8-6. Red Sox and the Rays both trail by a game and a half. And then 2.5 games behind is the Baltimore Orioles. The American League Central, Detroit Tigers lead 9-5 record. They are top of the Central. With the Guardians 7-6, Royals 7-7, the Twins 4-5. Hopefully, can get those struggles out for all those Twins fans. And the Chicago White Sox 3-10 as they're at the bottom of the AL Central. The American League West, it's the Rangers at 9-5, and then half a game behind is the Angels, followed by the 6-7 Astros, 6-8 Mariners, and the 6-9 Oakland Athletics. So that's the American League for you. And we'll move on here to the National League. As the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies in the East both going at it 9-5. The Nationals and the Marlins both 2.5 games behind. They currently sit 6-7. The Atlanta Braves bottom of the East at 3-10. 5.5 games behind for the Atlanta Braves. Moving on to the Central, it's the Brewers at 8-6 with the Cubs at 9-7. Both of them with a win percentage 5.71 for the Brewers, 5.63 for the Cubs. And that's the two currently sitting there. Games behind, they're even. Reds, Cardinals, both 2 games behind, currently 6-8 for both of those teams. And the Pittsburgh Pirates at 5-9, 3 games behind. And then the National League West, the Padres currently sit above there at 11-3, with the Dodgers a half game behind at 11-4. And that was kind of the big talk of which team will go undefeated. Will it be the Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions with Freddie Freeman? You got a lot of guys, Shohei Ohtani, to add to the list. And the Padres 11-3, Fernando Tatis Jr., and that's just a great division right there, the National League West. And then a game behind first is the San Francisco Giants at 10-4, Arizona Diamondbacks 7-7, and the Rockies 3-10. So that is the standings for the baseball. And just to let you know, my name is Wyatt Simmons. I'll be joining along with you on the road and here at home here in Rapid City, South Dakota. Just a little bit about myself. I'm 17 years old. I play hockey. I love hockey. Greatest sport ever. But baseball is America's sport, and that's what we're here for today. And baseball is a great sport, as the Post-22 Hardhats, they've been a great team the past few years, and as we look for another great season here today, as we'll let these teams here warm up. I apologize for the choppy video, but we'll get that a little bit here fixed here and there. And we'll take a quick break here. We'll get ready for both these teams heading off. All right, we're back, and just to get you a little bit of what the weather is like here in Rapid City, South Dakota today here at the Fitzgerald Stadium, it is a nice 72 degrees outside, and I'm very excited for the warmer weather, which means better baseball, but we're not putting on our jackets and getting that cold breeze like we had all winter long, and now we get to enjoy here in the springtime, and soon enough, summer is just knocking right on the door. I'm excited. I know everyone else is excited as well. But 72 degrees here today. Tomorrow, 57 degrees. It's supposed to get a little bit cooler for Sunday and Monday. And then for the rest of the week, it's supposed to be fluctuating between 70 down to the 48 mark. But some great weather upcoming here in this week and in Rapid and for all that. But a double header here today at 5 and then at 7:30 later. So the Hardhats, we'll get a little look here at the defense for the Post 22 Hardhats. And we'll start off here behind the home plate will be number 21, Josh Elder, with all the catcher's gear. We'll see for that. And then at first base, we have number 25, Dexter Steen. He catches with the right hand for first base, and that comes in a little handy with a little bit of that stretch if you need to get in there. At second base, number 18, Wyatt Reeder. At third base, number 12, Dawson Inhofer. At shortstop, number 11, Blaine Hunt. And out to the outfield, at left field, number 22, Jace Morgan. At center field, number 19, Lars Kiefer. And on the right field, it'll be number 23, Carter Johnson. And the starting pitcher for the Post 22 Hardhats tonight will be number 28, Broden Sales. And we'll go here for the Sheridan defense as well. And we'll start at catcher behind the home plate. For Sheridan will be number 16, Blaine Phillips. At first base will be number 1, Ethan Arras. At second base will be number 3, Dom DeStefano. At third base will be number 21, Will Greer. Shortstop, number 2, Tanner Hamrick. And in the outfield, at left field, number 8, Gunnar Lamb. At center field, number 4, Gage Rogers. At right field, number 7, Owen Matthews. And starting pitcher for the Sheridan. First Sheridan will be number 27, Ethan Evans. And a long day coming. The Rapid City faithful here. Post 22 fans, as seats still filling in, but everyone is very excited to see some Post 22 baseball. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are as well. A little bit windy here today, but I don't think that should be enough of an issue. 8 miles per hour, but, you know, a little wind, I think, doesn't affect these players. I think they're a little bit used to it by now. Precipitation, 0%, humidity, 22%, but we should be in for a great night. The lights will be turned on later tonight, obviously, with the sun setting, but it's going to be a great night. I'm glad to be having it with you here. I'm glad you're joining with us as they get the crowd already set up and going, as the managers meet at home plate, as you see on your screen, discussing. And sorry for the no scoreboard. We had some technical difficulties with that, so that's just what we're going to have to get here for today. I apologize, and we are trying to work on that maybe tomorrow or the next game's possible after that. As we get ready to go, players in the dugouts doing what they got to do, superstitions, squirt the water on the face, whatever you got to do to get yourself waking up to play a first game. And some of the Hardhats, it's their first game here of the season. So they had a scrimmage last weekend, but, you know, it's different in a scrimmage than playing in against a real team. You know, you're not playing each other, so this could be a little bit different for the Hardhats, you know, and just get those jitters out a little bit, I think, is going to help. So, you know, get the throws out, you know, whatever you have to do to get yourself mentally ready for this is going to be the biggest thing here for the Hardhats. But these guys, they're great baseball players, and I'm excited to watch them here tonight. This should be a great game. And the handshakes for the managers, and we should be ready to go. And there goes the Post 22 Hardhats as they storm their defensive field. And they get a little bit of the high fives, the last high fives here before they start this season. And we're just getting ready here. We'll look to see who's going to lead off here, and it will be for the Sheridan will be number 21, Will Greer, the third baseman, as he's going to get there. And now they running out. The Hardhats all running. We went through the defense a little bit earlier. Broden Sales, the left-handed pitcher for Post 22. And we're ready to go as they'll get their few warm-ups in, ready to go. And bear with me here for first few games. I've never done baseball before, so I might be a little rocky here at first, but I will assure you I will get better as the year goes on. It's just a little bit of the first few games that we got to do a little bit here to get a little bit going. But again, I'm glad you could join us here and glad you're with the experience as I am. And we go over the defense that we just went over a little bit. Dexter Steen, first base. We went there earlier, as we'll go through that one last time. Catcher, number 21, Josh Elder. First base, number 25, Dexter Steen. Second base, number 18, Wyatt Reeder. Third base, we have Dawson Inhofer, number 12. At shortstop, number 11, Blaine Hunt. And the outfielders, we have Loris Kiefer at center, Carter Johnson right field. Left fielder, we have number 22, Jace Morgan. And we get some Billie Jean. So Greer, first due up for the Sheridan roster, and then following him will be number 2, Tanner Hamrick at shortstop, and then 16, Blaine Phillips, the catcher. So that's the due 3 up. So we're ready to go as the throws have been done. Will Greer to lead off for Sheridan as we get ready for the season home opener. A great crowd here for the Fitz in the Dan Plouffe Field. Broden Sales, left-handed pitcher. So Greer will step into the batter's box, and first pitch underway here. Sales takes a deep breath for the first pitch. Gets the call. Here comes a throw. This one a swing. That's going to be one. So 0-1 the count. First pitch is a strike. A great way to start off the game and the season. Broden Sales looks, gets the pitch he wants, steps into it. This one is in. That's going to be strike 2. Batter's box. Umpires looking. That's what the box will look like today if that will stay the way it will be. Sales for the 0-2 count. Deals. This one a swing and a miss. 3 and out. First strikeout for Broden Sales. And now up next for Sheridan will be number 2, Tanner Hamrick, the shortstop. Sales 3 pitches and already a strikeout. Here comes the fourth. This one is going to go for a ball. That one just a little bit upstairs for the liking of the home plate umpire. Sales deals again for his second of this at-bat. That one again, ball 2. Sales, a left-handed pitcher. You know, right-handed and left-handed pitchers can throw off some batters here and there, but I think, in my opinion, side throwers in the MLB, those ones, I'll just be watching them, and that just throws me off, and I'm not even at bat. And now that one will go in for ball 3. So 3-0 the count. 1 down here for Post. Sales on the mound. Gets the call. Here comes. And that one will go down. So that'll be a walk for Broden Sales. And now up next for Sheridan, number 16, catcher Blaine Phillips. So with Tanner Hamrick with the walk, that will lead 1 at first. Hamrick, the right-handed batter, so we've seen 2 left-handed batters so far for Sheridan. And now Sales with the pitch. This one upstairs as they try to catch him, seeing if they're going to steal. That will be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count, 1 at first. Hamrick. And now back into the batter's box for Phillips. And that one trying to pick off first. He gets there in time. Steen, the first baseman for the Hardhats. Sales sets up. Looks at first, see if he wants to pick off again. That one a swing and a miss. That one gets in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss from the catcher, Blaine Phillips. So 1-1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Back in the batter's box. Leading off first is Hamrick off first base. Sales looking back and forth. Here comes the pitch. This one a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2. 1 down. Sales will see which pitch he wants to do. Waits for the umpire to give the okay. Looks back at first. Deals for Sales. That one swing and miss. Gets him. His second strikeout of the inning. So now up next, number 3, Dom DeStefano, the second baseman. And he looks over to see for the third base coach, see what signal, what he wants to do. As Hamrick still on first base there for Sheridan. 2 outs, they throw it to first. That one, he gets in. Mm-hmm. No, Hamrick. Hamrick got the walk. Sales, as he gets ready for what he wants to do, throws back, picks off, and he's safe. So count is still 0-0. 0 balls, 0 strikes. Sales throws this one. That one's going to be in for a strike. So 0-1. DeStefano looks again to see what call he wants to get. Sales a left-handed pitcher to the left-handed batter. Excuse me, right-handed. Sales that one in. That one's going to be for ball 1. So 1-1 the count. Sales sets back up on the mound. Looks back at first. Hamrick leads that one in. That's going to be for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Could possibly be the last pitch here, and this could do for the inning. Top of the first. Broden Sales looks, sets, looks over at first, see if he wants to do pickoff. Here comes the pitch. That one in. Strike. Got him. 3 strikeouts for Broden Sales in the first inning for Broden Sales, and that will do it. So due up for the Post 22 Hardhats, Lars Kiefer, Wyatt Reeder, and Jace Morgan. That's the up 3 there for the Hardhats. 3 strikeouts for Broden Sales, the left-handed pitcher, as he walked Tanner Hamrick. So the starting pitcher for Sheridan, number 27, Ethan Evans. So Ethan Evans, as they get ready to go in the infield there for Sheridan, will be behind home plate catcher Blaine Phillips. At first base will be Ethan Harris. Second base, Dom DeStefano. Third base, Will Greer. Shortstop, Tanner Hamrick. In the left field, Gunnar Lamb. Center field, Gage Rogers. Right fielder, Owen Matthews. So that's the defense for Sheridan. And the last few pitches here for Ethan Evans to get his left arm warmed up. 2 left-handed pitchers starting for both teams. Broden Sales for Post 22. For Sheridan, Ethan Evans. And we get ready to go as Lars Kiefer, as he'll be the first up to bat here for Post 22. So Kiefer gets his final swings in. See And now Evans for the pitcher as he gets his call. And this is the first at-bat of the season, this one. And that one's going to be in for a ball. Kiefer didn't swing. Evans gets his second call. This one is in. That one down low, goes in the dirt. That one for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Evans nods the head, likes the pitch call by the catcher. Here it comes again. That one in for a strike. So 2-1 the count. Kiefer, the center fielder for post 22. Here comes the pitch. That one a swing. This one stays in. That one to third base. This one a throw to first. That is good. So out number 1. That was the third baseman for Sheridan and Will Greer. That one just a line drive to the left line. Now Wyatt Reeder up. Second baseman. First at bat for Wyatt Reeder on the season. For everyone. Reeder swings the bat low. Gets set. Here comes the pitch by Evans. That one goes into the dirt. That one for ball 1 as that one goes behind the umpire and a new ball thrown to Evans, the starting pitcher. So ball 1, 1-0 the count, 1 out. Evans looks for the call. Here comes the throw. That one in as that's going to be a strike 1. So 1-1. Reeder back in the box as he does his little low bat swing. He gets set, 1-1. Evans the throw. That one in down low again, ball 2. Patient is Wyatt Reeder. Hasn't swung on all 3 pitches given by Evans. Here comes the throw for the fourth. This one a swing for Reeder. This one goes right into the shift in the second base, and that one will be out number 2. So Reeder retires that one. Morgan up to bat, left fielder for post 22. And he gets that right just on the toes. As he gets ready, here comes the pitch by Evans. That one will go in for ball 1. That one kind of dribbled into the dirt. Couldn't control it, was the catcher. And the throw back to the pitcher for Ethan Evans. And here comes the second pitch. This one back in, down low. That one goes behind the catcher once yet. 2-0 the count. On deck for post 22 is right fielder Carter Johnson as he gets some swings in, see if he has to go. Morgan, 2-0 the count. This one a swing. This one goes to the shortstop. He fills in a throw to first. That will do it. So that's going to retire the first inning. Still 0-0. And we'll get back at it as they run all the way out. We'll go back to the MLB scores. So back to the scores. As we went through a little bit earlier, some games were finalized. Some games were still kind of in the middle innings of the game back in the MLB. So we'll go back here. So top of the 7th, Cleveland Guardians still have that lead over the Royals 3-1. Top of the 6th, Reds 4-1 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Top of the 4th, Angels still 2-0. I'm going to refresh it to make sure I am not repeating myself. Yep, I was right. So top of the 4th, Angels still up 2-0 over the Astros. And then Brewers, Diamondbacks still all the games on cue. And they'll get ready. Smooth Criminal plays over the system here. A little Michael Jackson. I appreciate it. So up next for the Sheridan. For Sheridan will be number 23, Aaron Barney, the designated hitter. And then impressive first inning for Broden Sales. 3 strikeouts. And he only walked Tanner Hamrick. And they get their final in, and stepping in the box will be Aaron Barney. Avon Barney, apologize. Avon, not Aaron. Avon. So Sales, 3 strikeouts to that first inning. 0-0. Still the score after 1 inning. As Sales gets the thumbs up from the ump. And he will deal. That one will go downstairs. That will be ball 1. So DeStefano struck out, Phillips struck out, and Will Greer struck out, and then Tanner Hamrick, who got walked, and kicks there. That one's swinging. This one goes in the left field. That's going to get in. So a base hit for number 23, Avon Barney. So left field hits. And now up next, number 8, Gunnar Lamb, the left fielder. So that's our first hit of the game from Barney, the designated hitter. Sales, as he looks over. Back at first, Steen, the first baseman. Throws to first. This one, he's going to be in safe. They try to attempt the pickoff. But Barney will slide in safe. Sales yet again. Looks back at first. His Lamb waits for his first one. This pops up. This one's going to go to the right. Steen goes to it, but that one out of his reach. So that's going to foul off. So 0-1. So 0-1 the count. Gunnar Lamb, who fouled off there, steps back in the batter box. Sales gets what he wants, nods the head, looks back at first and catch. He's going to throw it. This one upstairs as they try to see if he was going to steal. So that's going to be in for ball 1. So 1-1 the count. And again, Lamb will look to see what the call is from the third base coach. Barney leads off first. So you got a single. Sales as that one third baseman Inhofer sliding in. They got him safe. Steen, I thought, had it. So did the crowd. The reaction was there. And they say safe. And Dawson Inhofer, who is coming a little bit as they maybe think bunt. Sales talking to the umpire, seeing what maybe the call was, what he needs to do different. Sales, 1-1 the count. Throwing, this one is popped up. And this one will be Dexter Steen. High up, it gets it. That's one down. The pop-up. Dexter Steen gets to it, so that's one down. So up next, Ethan Harris, first baseman for Sheridan. As Barney, the designated hitter, still leads off first. Sales staring right at him. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. Back up again. Throws back to first. Steen puts his body back into it, control it. So 1-0 the count. One hit still remains for Sheridan. The only one to come was Barney. 1-0 the count. Sales again. Looks back at first. Steen glove up, high and ready. Throws to first, and that one's safe. And the one previously to that was a close call. Crowd should have thought it was out, but umpire thinks differently. 1-0 the count. Sales again. As Harris in the batter's box. Sales back and forth. Throws it. This one upstairs again. They try to see if he's going to steal. So that's ball 2 on a 2-0 count. And back to what I was saying pregame, Dexter Steen, the right-hand catch. That comes in a little bit in times for that. Now Sales the pitch. That one is going to go upstairs for ball 3. So 3-0 the count. Steen, right-hand catch. He could stretch out, I think, a little bit more. I mean, so you could do the same thing with the left, but that's just my assumption. Sales steps back up to the mound. Takes a little second to relax, think what he needs to do. Sales throws this one down, so that will be a walk for Ethan Harris. The second walk that Sales will give up. So Owen Matthews up next for Sheridan. Number 7, the right fielder. And try to bring some life here in the stadium. So with Barney on second, Lamb on first. Barney who had the single hit. And the Lamb, here comes the throw. This one is going deep right field. Under it is Johnson. And he's going to, didn't catch it, and they get runners in. Barney runs into home and his throw to third. He's in. So that's going to be one for Barney. A deep right hit field, or right hit to right field for Owen Matthews. And a run for Barney, so 1-0 the score for Sheridan. I apologize again for the scoreboard. We battled with some technical difficulties earlier, and so I will repeat the score a few times here and there. So they have runners at third and second. So it's Harris at third, Matthews at second, and now Gage Rogers, the center fielder, in at bat for Sheridan. 1 out, count 0-0 for his first pitch of the at-bat. Here comes the throw. That one a swing and a miss for a strike. As Blaine Hunt, the shortstop, kind of covering that second base, as Reeder, the second baseman, Steen the first, and Dawson Inhofer the third. That's the infield for Post 22. Sales throws it. That one is going to be for ball. 1-1 the count. So Matthews, who had a double RBI. Sales again, looks. Here comes the throw. That one down low. That one goes in for ball 2. 2 on the count. Sales will take a second here to relax a little bit. Sales back up to the mound. Gets the throw, that one back in the dirt. So that's going to be ball 3. 3-1 the count. So Rogers, and they're going to call as catcher. Josh Eller will need a second here to discuss some things over with Sales. As conversation is done. Elder back to behind the diamond. Back to what I said earlier, runners at second and third. Is Lamb at third, Harris at third, Matthews at second. And now 3-1 the count. Sales throws, he's going to walk him, so bases are loaded. So Gage Rogers walks, and now we're back up to the first batter, Will Greer, who struck out in the first inning, and we'll get a little bit of a conference here with the whole team in the infield. Discuss some things, calm down, whatever coach wants to do. A great song being played. If obviously the best baseball movie, no discussion, is The Sandlot. It's just a classic, and this song, every time I think of this song, I just think of Sandlot. If you can hear it, it's called Green Onions. Great song. A lot of great baseball movies. Obviously, Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner. Great movie, or For Love of the Game, another Kevin Costner movie. A lot of others. Those are just the ones that come off the top of my head. So a little bit of some discussion. Sales back at it. So bases are loaded. It's Gage Rogers, who has walked. And Will Greer back up. He struck out in the first. Sales with the throw, that one upstairs. That's going to be for ball 1. 1-0, 1 out. So 1 error for the Hardhats. And a hit for Sheridan. Sales deals. This one a swing, got a piece of it, fouls it off. Back to 1-1. As Elder The throw back to Sales. Touches the mat or touches the diamond was Greer. Sales gets it. Throws. Swing. This one goes into left field. That's going to get down. They send in runners. There's one. The throw into third. They get them. They only ran in with one. So that's going to be a single RBI.